Voice of Austin. Good morning, y'all. How you doing? 7:31 here on the Voice of Austin. We are waking up on a Warfield Wednesday, trying to get the sleep out my eyes. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I definitely got some sleep all up in my eyes, man. It is like that this morning. Your boy Jabari, Warfield in the building, Dap Dub in the building. What's going on, man?
Man, doing it.
And doing it well?
Trying, man.
Well?
Every day I try. Telling you.
Yep.
Happy to be back with you, brother.
Man, you know what? I'm glad I'm back. I'm back, snitches. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I was dealing with some things.
Yeah.
I was dealing with some family things. It's one thing to deal with there's a certain, outside stuff. But when you start dealing with family stuff, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Speaking of crazy, though, I just need to remind you, bruh, just because they family don't mean you always got to indulge and don't mean you need to be hurt by it.
Preach.
And I just need that ladder to sync with you because blood dissipates when they play a hate.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know somebody that's going through something right now.
Yeah.
And I literally just had that conversation with him. Man, don't let them bring you down. They should be congratulating you on your successes and not trying to bring you down while you are merging. Man, you trying to drive forward and they trying to pull you back. And that's family.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't want, but I'm here for you, bro.
I appreciate you.
We catch a drink. Courtney's buying, but
Courtney looking at you like,
But did I say something wrong?
You had to check with Courtney on that one, man. Check with Courtney. I don't know what's going on. Simply Courtney's also in the building. We're gonna holler at him, get him hooked on up.
Yep.
Yeah, man. But right now, of course, let's go ahead and get into the music. Just real quick, just let y'all know, man, right now traffic's going to be a little nuts. So just get ready. Got a wreck at 183 and 1327. Also, looks like we got a collision elsewhere, man. Looks like we've got a wreck at 35 Kyle Crossing. So watch out for that one as well. So let's get on into the mix. Y'all know what it is. DJ Wiz, where you at? 88.7 FM KAZI, DJ Wiz. Ripping it. Doing the thing.
The imagery,
yes.
That he is giving us first thing in the morning. I finally met him in person.
Really?
At the Untapped event that we had.
Right.
I didn't have all that attitude that I be having on these airways when he ain't in the room. But DJ Wiz be making me mad with his mixes. First of all, you don't want to go to work because you want to keep driving and enjoying the music.
Exactly, yeah.
Second of all, brother, you're making me feel a certain kind of way, and the brother got to work.
That's true.
Does he have hands?
Making me mad.
Does he have hands?
He look like he got hands.
Yeah,
Does he look like he got hands?
Like
It sound like it with the music he be playing.
Yeah, I think he got hands.
I wouldn't
put it past.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you this then. He is a dichotomy.
Okay.
He looks. You think he would be one way,
right,
but he looks a different way.
Okay.
And without putting his business in the street, let me just say, literally, the brother works with his hands.
That's what it looks like.
So he got hands.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with that brother.
Yeah, he got hands.
I would think twice.
I was laughing because I wasn't even mean like throwing down fighting hands. I mean, like, are his hands not just like records? Like, it just feels like he's just attached to the music. I forget.
I mean it both ways.
It works. They actually work.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what he said to me though? Yeah. He said the music comes first. He said, forget my 9 to 5. Don't even judge me. Don't even think about that.
Right.
This music, he said, this was my first love. I was like, bruh, you ain't got to say no more. He did.
He did.
But he led with that.
Yeah.
And I was yo, you don't even know how amazing that was what you just said.
I need to hear that.
Because he said he been doing this thing, I think he said, since 89.
It shows, though.
I thought that's what he said.
Yeah, he been around for a minute.
89.
Yeah, he been around for a minute.
Now, that sounds like, see, we need to get him on the show. Because does that mean when he finally, stepped out and had his own gigs? Because he might have started in, 83.
That's what we do in comedy all the time. We ask, how long do you count, when do you count your career from the first
That's a good
night
question,
or the first time you're getting paid to do shows or the first time you're traveling? For us with comedy, for myself speaking on, it was literally the first time you touched the mic and that was your intention. And so it might have been like, oh, this is my first time doing an open mic set. And then we counted it from there. But 89, that's what's up. I was born in 86.
Yeah.
So that means I was 3 years old and he was already going.
You Similac.
I like it though.
Similac.
I can still appreciate it.
Why
though.
you so young? What you wait so long for?
I don't know, man. I think like it was written.
Didn't you say you had an older sibling?
I did.
Yeah.
13
Bruh,
years, man.
Well, you was 13 years late.
I was, man.
Oh, slowly Courtney. That's what we need to call him.
Slowly Courtney.
What was it?
SlowlyCourtney.com.
All of these, I like it. All those different things that y'all got to experience,
Missed
man. I'm
it.
jealous. I missed it all.
Hey, I got some story. You know what? Hold
Talk to
on.
me.
Brother Warfield,
Yes, sir.
did you make it to Freaknik?
Whoa, that's
No, I didn't. Honestly, no, I didn't. And it's funny. Yeah, here's the thing.
Oh,
My sister. Well, see, here's the thing.
know why.
I was raising my son on as a single dad.
Oh,
so I
during
couldn't.
that time.
I probably could have gone because my sister actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think my sister and my cousin were both living in Atlanta.
Oh,
so you had a free place to stay?
Bro, I had 2 free places.
Man, you done messed up.
You could have diversified.
I did, I could have dropped it in there,
Taking
man.
your cool guy card.
Man,
and
you
I
know
was
what?
about to take up for you. What I was about to say,
Yeah.
and I know we streaming all over the world, but for those who don't know, man, we need to drop that. We need to use that. But
Yeah.
for those who don't know, Jabari Warfield has lived other places, but he's a Texas dude.
Oh,
And
definitely.
they got this place called South Padre Island.
Woo!
They got some places south of Houston.
Woo!
And it gets it in during spring break. And I am a Kappa. So I know about that Kappa Beach. Yeah. But so I was going to take up for you on that, Jabari. But nah, bro, you had to go tell us you was being responsible. Doing your responsibility. Nah, man.
Feeding my child, making sure my child was okay. I know.
Your
This, the
priorities
responsibility
are all messed up.
thing.
You're supposed to drop that kid with some crazy cousin and be like, I'll be back in a week.
Maybe. Yeah. I probably won't be the same after Freaknik. Oh my god. Have y'all seen the doc? The doc's out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I
it yet,
haven't
but
seen
I've
the
heard.
doc.
I've seen the doc.
The premiere was
Really?
crazy.
It's legit.
Is it?
Bruh, all that is
Yeah.
real.
Wow.
You know what though? They gave you some background. Even I didn't know that because that was my era.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
glad I wasn't Greek at that time. 'Cause, woo.
You'd probably, you
Let me see.
Something would have happened. Something would have went down like, oh man.
Let me do the timeline right now. Let me see.
All
Yep. I'd be on Maury, and then I'd hear these words: "You are the father."
Mhm.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I got.
Exactly.
Times 3. Come on, Courtney.
You'd have a
times 4.
25-year-old.
I got game, Courtney. Times 4.
27. You'd
Times
have a 30-year-old.
Courtney.
You'd have a 30-year-old,
Yeah, I
man.
would. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, I would.
Somebody calling to tell you about it right now. Somebody trying to call to talk to you about it right now.
Exactly.
Actually,
Hey, she said, "I found him."
Yeah.
I found him.
Exactly. What I had said was, all right, let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Jabari Warfield. This is Jeff Hollins from back in the day,
Oh
man.
my goodness. What's good, sir? How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. I just wanted to give you a shout out into the crew in there. Hey, Jabari, you are a living legend. You are a Texas original.
Yep.
The ATX you've been representing from day one.
Yep.
KZI.
Thank
We
you,
love
man.
you, man. You guys keep distributing out the information. Keep giving us, building us up, helping the community, and we really love you guys, man. Y'all be blessed, all right?
All right, you too, Jay. Good to hear from you, man. Thank you.
J to the H. I don't
Hey,
even
peace.
know him, but I like that energy. And
love right
real
there,
talk
man.
though,
That's love.
Jabari has done some things.
Yep.
Accomplished some things.
Yep.
And let me do my weekly shade moment for
Hold
Jabari.
on, let me hold on. Let me get my
okay.
love. So let me get my love
Okay,
first.
well,
see, this is
I was going. Yeah, you're right.
Nah, let me get my love
I was
first.
going to take the dark side of that.
Nah, Darth Vader, sit down. Let me get my love.
I like that.
Don't take the dark side. Let me get my Luke on right quick.
Dapper Vader.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, I like how you brought it back. He said, "Let me get my Luke on real quick."
Yeah.
Let me get my Luke and the 2 Live crew on
Exactly,
real quick.
exactly.
So, Jabari,
Yeah.
do you think though that event needed to be shut down though? When you look back, the things you've heard, Freaknik is what we're referring to everybody while,
Right.
while he collects those thoughts. Do you think ultimately?
I don't think it needs to be shut down. I think here's what happens. Sometimes when your children get out of hand,
Yeah.
you got to pull them back and say, okay, here's the deal.
Exactly.
This is what y'all can do.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all can't go no further. I think that the thing about Freaknik is that if it's not if it's not monitored and regulated, and you just you can't let stuff get out of control.
Yes.
You got to put some, you got to say, okay, wait a minute, y'all, here's what you can do,
Okay.
but here's what you're not gonna do.
So then
They're doing the same thing in Miami.
Oh, I see. Oh, there it is. There it is. No, so
they just did
look at
that
mind
spring
meld.
break.
Look at that mind meld that we got right there.
Yep.
Because I went to college in Daytona Beach.
Oh, wow.
And we had Daytona Beach. We got Bike Week. We got all that stuff that comes there. That spring break is off the chain.
Right.
And I just wanted everybody to know that it wasn't just Freaknik.
Yeah.
There are other events.
Right.
Yeah, there are a lot of events.
Maybe there are certain reasons why your mind goes to Freaknik first. But I have lived in other locations. So I have seen the other events. And I'm just saying it won't just Freaknik alone.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just here to tell you.
Right. I think people are going to look at Freaknik and say, oh, look at that. That's what they need. No, it's like, no, that's going on in Miami.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Lake Havasu, I think, in Florida was a big deal. That's just what it is. So, yeah, sometimes things can get out of control. You got a whole new generation of folks that'll do whatever.
Yes,
you
sir.
got new businesses. You got people say, okay, well, y'all can do whatever you want to. And then when it gets out of control, it's like, okay, now we got to pull it back.
Yes.
So yeah, you gotta watch yourself. Gotta watch yourself. No question.
I just want
about
to make sure.
Yeah,
I want to
no.
make sure.
We just tried to have not try that. Let me back up. We just had our version, I call it, of Freaknik almost just past this weekend or this past week. Texas Relays,
Right.
And so with all the new thing for them is and I gotta get the term right. It's not called a slideshow or it's like when they get in the middle and they take over. They call it takeovers, right? Where they do
the street takeovers. Yeah, the Fast and the Furious. Street takeover.
And so what do you call it? I felt like when I was a teenager coming up, that was the biggest thing. Not the driving part.
I mean,
but
like
this
2
Texas
years ago.
Relays.
Oh, youngin.
Man, you better.
You make it sound like it was so long ago.
I know,
Jabari.
a long time ago.
Hey.
Far, far away.
Go ahead and say it, brother.
But
In
I remember
2019,
Yeah, we
when
go.
you was a teenager, continue.
We had the mall that we could go to, and I remember watching it slowly turn into a thing where like they were like herding us like cattle to where you couldn't just like walk in the mall and hang out.
Yes!
They wanted you to like keep it moving.
Yes!
Keep it moving.
Yeah, they
Try-
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. All right. Good morning, caller. You on the air? How you doing?
Hey, man, what up, man? It's your boy, DJ Motivation. I'm just listening to y'all, and, your boy is from Florida, too, and Belize, but I'm just saying, spring break in Florida was super crazy.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Dapper, I'm telling you, Bike Week,
Yes.
man, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
He know.
I can hear
He
it.
know. Hey, and then for those who are from the South,
Yeah.
if y'all ever been to Myrtle Beach,
Huh.
I mean,
Carolinas.
Jabari, I mean, we can name some spots.
Oh, sure.
But it came to a point, Myrtle Beach had to separate, and they had Bike Week, and then
Right.
they had Black Bike Week.
That's why I remember.
And it
hearing
kind of
Black
went
Bike
back to
Week.
back, and so it just gets even longer. So it's like 2 weeks of debauchery.
Right.
And I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. I'm no cap on these airwaves.
Yeah.
I done been in all of these situations, and I'm telling you,
Man.
it is not just Freaknik.
No, it
Right.
ain't just
And
freaking no.
I'm trying my best to make sure that I take a certain path and keep it neutral. But I'm just saying, look at who you are,
Right.
and why the first thing you think of is Freaknik, but you ain't thinking about all the other stuff.
Yeah, there's a
that's all I'm saying.
ton of other stuff, especially Florida. And shout out to DJ Motivation, who actually is on the air here at 88.7. So be sure to check him out.
He's a
as well.
trickster.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's cool
He be
dude.
playing the gospel music that you can't sit still.
Yeah.
So if you ain't making it to church, catch him.
He'll take
Go
you
get
there.
your praise on.
Exactly.
And feel a little better about yourself, like
Exactly.
I do, because I don't make it to church every Sunday.
Exactly. as long as you, as long as you keep that word, keep it in your heart. All right, here we go. 7:55 here on 88.7 KZI. We'll take a good morning, y'all. What's going on? It is 8:01. Shout out to all our online listeners, everybody at KZIFM.org. If you're stuck in your ride, well, guess what? I'm sorry for you. I truly am. And I'm not playing because I don't like I-35. Me and I-35, we dated for a little while, and after that, I was like, nah, baby, I can't hang out with you no more.
Hey, that's who you asked for a number from?
Well, you know what, man? She was long, and She can carry a lot of things.
Hey, sometimes those legs don't quit.
Well, them legs don't quit, and they just I'm not having one legs. Look at 183 at 1327. They got a collision in that area. Watch out for some delays. Also wreck 35 and Kyle Crossing. Watch out for that if you head in that area. Of course, I-35, you know what it is. South side, look out for some very heavy traffic headed in to the downtown area. Same thing, northbound 35, really heavy as well, all the way in from what looks like to be Hutto, all the way into downtown. A little bit of a break as you get close to 290. And watch out for some very heavy traffic southbound on 183. That is not playing with that one. So extra time is needed, 20 to 30 minutes. That's what I do if I were you. My name is Jabari. How you doing? I got Symply Courtney in the building. Dap Dub's in the building as well.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. What's up, fellas?
Man, Austin, I'm telling you, is a great place to live.
Yes, it is.
But I'm just saying, I want y'all to know how good we have it, because we could do a lot of complaining, but we got a lot of opportunities. We got a lot of things that pop up, a lot of people that come through. In your comedy world, we got a lot of comedians that want to come here and put it down. I mean, we not a flyover city. Ain't
nobody flying over here. They flying in.
I had a fun weekend, man, and I had a lot of opportunities, and I'm just saying, man, I love it. I'm living life. I'm enjoying it, man. I'm out. I'm having fun.
I don't even remember what I did this week.
I was going to ask you, what was your schedule this weekend?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you. I'm thinking like that sounds cooler than what it is. Really, it's just I don't even remember. Whoa, it was so crazy. No, what did I do? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Yeah, where your watch at?
In the Chattahoochee River floating, man.
He had it before the weekend started.
Yeah, all of a sudden your watch done disappeared. That's crazy.
Everything. Where my watch go? Hit him
That's
with
crazy.
This weekend was just. I think it was a few shows that happened this weekend, and that was it. Nothing really crazy. I honestly, man, like I said, I'm from here. The whole relays and all that stuff, I forgot until I had to do a show downtown.
Ooh.
Like I was driving because I already just avoid driving certain ways because I just do. But I came back through and I got to see a little bit of so there was two of them. There's the MLK and airport one, right?
Yeah.
And then there is I guess it would be MLK and Springdale one. So there were two different like setups or whatever that evening. And so it was like you had all the cars in one spot, then you had all the cars in the other. And I was like, okay. Then I got downtown, there was nobody. I was like, oh wow. We like ran away from downtown, or we got ran from downtown.
Really?
I'm gonna throw a shout out and a little bit of shade towards some of the businesses downtown. I appreciate y'all for not shutting down this year because as a teenager, I noticed that they would shut down conveniently during the relays and like during South by open, during the biker whatever stuff wide open.
Yeah.
But then the relays would come and they're like, oh, we need to do some spring cleaning.
Exactly.
We need to clean.
Exactly. Let me jump in real quick. I remember from what I had heard about when we were talking about Freaknik earlier, I had heard that a lot of the businesses, it would shut down in Atlanta.
Yes.
And I think some of the parts of the highway would shut down.
What? Yes, sir.
So you couldn't even, not only could you not get to Freaknik, you couldn't get to anything to eat.
Dang.
You couldn't, find a bathroom. And if you had car trouble, you were done.
Yes, sir.
Right? So
towards the end,
it's just crazy.
It got like that. The only thing I can tell you similar that most people may not know about, if you've ever gone to New York to see the ball drop for New Year's, you could buy here, but these bathrooms are not here for you. But that's the only place that I can think of that's always over capacity, but the businesses stay open. They are overwhelmed. They can handle it. Trust me, these people are crying, but they'll take your money.
Yeah.
But that's the only place I've ever seen that stays open no matter the rush. Anywhere else? Man,
I've heard about
that.
You staying out there for a while and you got to go to the bathroom.
I can tell you, keep a bottle with you.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Or for the ladies, keep a shiwi with you. Y'all don't know nothing about that, fellas.
Well, no, of course not. I mean,
context.
Yeah.
Okay. It allows a lady to be able to use a bottle like we do.
That's what's up.
It's called a shiwi.
Do you think?
Y'all get your interweb fingers going.
Welcome to the future.
It is legit.
The more you know.
Y'all gotta remember. Hey, let's back this up. We convoyed into Iraq.
Right.
6-7 hours in a vehicle driving.
Yeah.
Ain't no stops.
You
Talk
might
about
want
it.
to use the bathroom.
Ain't no stops.
All gas, no brakes.
But people did that, and so there's an invention. And one I know is called the Shiwi. But yeah.
I can't
man.
really speak on it because
It's legit.
this is a family show.
yeah,
What I want to
helps.
say is not family oriented.
It evens the playing field.
Yeah,
so
there you
shout
go.
out to the sisters out there that got it, because I know y'all happy to have it.
You said it more eloquently than I could have said it. I was like, yeah, don't say it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's
clock, don't do it.
That's an FCC regulated kind
Right.
of thing. He just slid through there on that. Yes, sir.
Jabari, I just got to know then.
Okay.
I met a homie in 95. And all he could start talking about was South Padre. And he was from Corpus Christi. He used to tell me how, yeah, man, I used to swim across from the mainland. I used to swim out to the party. And then,
Right.
Wow.
like, yeah,
That's pretty
legit.
legit.
Like,
That's legit.
this guy, man. So I'm just kind of curious, was that a draw for you? Like, being a Texas dude, or was it just a bunch of people coming from out of Wisconsin and Idaho trying to get down?
No,
with the get down?
I would never worried about nobody else from no other state, man. I mean, for me, and here's the thing about one of the things about Austin that really kind of gets me is that the closest beach. Like beach is like 18 hours away. Okay, you almost got to charter a plane to South Padre. You really, really do, because you're gonna be in the car for a hot minute.
Yep.
So for me, it was never the draw of anybody else being from any other state. I wanted to go down there and just experience it, because for me, it was a getaway thing.
Okay.
Now it is a drive, but I mean, there's lots of places to eat and lots of stuff to do. I just wanted to be out on the beach, and my daughter absolutely loved it. I was actually there last year because I got asked to participate in this statewide Zumba thing. Right, where everybody from this part of town, from this part of the state, would go, and they would go and do this massive Zumba class for like about 2-3 hours. Right.
Oh, that's cool.
And I got invited. Like, it's been going on for like 13 years, and I've never had an invitation until last year. And last year I went and, of course, blazed the stage. I had a great time. But that's like one of the reasons I would go to Padre. One of the reasons I did. But it's just it's just nice, man. I mean, to me, it's just to get away and just relapse and not do a thing. It's to hit the reset button. We don't get a chance to hit the reset button. And,
Right.
and then we wonder why, people around us and even ourselves, we have mental health things going on.
Yeah.
Because we don't get a chance to just put our brains in neutral.
Yeah.
And just relax for a
You
minute.
need it, man.
And let
You
it
need
go.
it.
Let all that stress go, man.
Grind culture.
I
Yes,
know
sir.
a lot of people that don't do that. See that, and that's I started the show by saying that. I'm always telling people, take the edge off. Take the edge off, because we going through some stuff.
Yeah.
And we will allow ourselves to internalize, and we start pulling back. We had that conversation off air about, are you your brother's keeper?
Right.
But I'm telling you, man, my parents raised me to be independent, and I love my mom, but I ain't texting that lady every day. I ain't calling her every day. I might not call her in a whole week.
Right.
I might look. It's a wow, but she did too good of a job making me independent, and I'm off doing my thing. But I know there are some families that's all on top of each other, and it hurts and it's painful. That like when stuff starts to fray. But I'm saying, man, you gonna be all right. You gonna be all right, and you gotta let that go. Live your life and continue to drive on. That's why I started with that, because a lot of this mental health awakening that I'm seeing, a lot of it is familial.
Oh yeah.
And so we got to start there. We got to shake what our parents put on us. We got to shake what our siblings are putting on us, and start there. Open up from there, and then you'll be a better, lighter person. I know we're going to carry it sometimes, so man, I just want all y'all to stop carrying it all the time.
True.
Yeah. Well, I think and I can speak as a black man, as a man and as a black man, that's, I think, kind of our burden, quote unquote, to carry.
Yeah.
We've always had to be, the strong ones. We've always had to be the ones that provide. And it's not to say women aren't strong. It's not to say women don't provide. I was raised by one of the strongest women in the world. She went through so much that, and there's a bunch of stuff that I won't talk about. Maybe I'll put in a book one day. I don't know.
Get it.
But she went through a lot, and she never put any of that on us.
Yeah.
Now my pops, with all due respect, he kind of dealt with some really strict parents, and a lot of that came our way, right? But that was all he knew, right? And he wasn't willing to change. He was just ironclad. He was like, "This is the way I was raised. This is the way I'm raising you. Deal with it." And so now it's like, okay, let me figure out how to handle that. Let me figure out how to deal with that when I'm in certain situations that make me go, "Wait a minute, I did not handle that correctly.
Yeah.
I could have handled that better." You know what I'm saying? So that's where I think a lot of us, as men, just kind of have to pull back and say, okay, cool. Let me reassess what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me figure out how I'm reacting to this, or what I'm not doing right, or what I can do better. Because we ain't perfect. Ain't no perfect people.
Nope.
But sometimes you get it wrong, and sometimes you get it way wrong.
Yeah.
I like that. Sometimes you get it wrong. Sometimes you get it way wrong.
No, you said nobody's perfect because I don't know. Simply Courtney, he got a son that even Bryce James is like, hey, can you come out to California and play with us? I mean, I don't know. He got
We
the
might
next
transfer,
Olympian.
man. I'm serious.
You see
dude.
how I mean?
I almost wanted to say like, there's been some schools in Dallas. I was like, yo, let's go to Dallas.
Hey,
Let's go to, I don't know what it's called, family, some kind of academy, man.
Yeah.
I was looking at, I'm like, man, if this dude hits 6'4" in the next
You're
year,
gonna have to make some decisions.
I'm gonna tell his mom, be like, hey, listen here, just take a picture with your son, make sure there's some kind of like height thing in the background, and then just say, hey, I want this kind of job. And they will find you that job in Dallas.
Yeah, they will. They're connected. Look, man, those basketball factories can help you out. I'm going to put it that way. I was just saying they can do some things for you.
I absolutely love that, though. Sometimes you get it wrong. Sometimes you get it way wrong. Our family, man, my mom has this saying where it's always blood is thicker than water, and you can't choose your family. You can choose who to be around and who you take, what do you call it, stuff off of, though.
Yeah.
And I love the whole concept of it, because at the end of the day, that's who you got, and it's a good way to learn about yourself, but it's also okay to learn on your own as well.
But see, and this is the other part, gentlemen, that I want to remind you guys and our listeners of. Why gotta be you? Why gotta be us? There's two people in that conversation, in that equation.
Yeah.
And that person, if they're rational, there's a legal term that is often laughed at because of its usage, which is, well, a reasonable person would do such and such. Well,
Right.
what's the definition of reasonable?
Exactly.
So in your example, you talking blood, you talking blood. Well, bro, why is your blood putting you through that?
Right.
Why can't they step outside themselves and realize that they putting you through it?
Yeah.
But you got to deal with it.
Exactly.
And now you carrying all that when you dealing with. I think we always hear that when you argue with an idiot, that just means now there's two idiots arguing. To that same point.
Yeah, people can't tell from a distance. People can't tell.
Right.
So at some point, you letting idiot that's blood affect you.
Right.
And wind you all up. I'm just saying this to you guys and to our listeners out there. I ain't trying to have. I don't want to find out some of y'all done had some strokes or some conniptions out here because of this family. Y'all we gotta check that valve. We gotta take some of this heat off.
I think the question I have for you, since we're speaking on family, then is, if you rich, how much of your family's supposed to be rich then?
Ooh, I like that.
Let's say if I'm the one with the contract, let's say let's say NBA, I went NBA, I get that 20 mil.
Oh,
and I got 5 brothers, 2 sisters, so it's
mama.
like 8 of us. Hey, you ain't right. You ain't
you see what I'm saying? Why she do
Dang,
that?
dad too. Dang, you right.
Oh my gosh.
No. It's never the man's fault. It's always the woman's fault. Let's go back to it. You said you was born in '89.
Cause she had that Walmart moo-moo.
1988.
I saw it
when
on
Mama
TikTok.
Courtney was walking through. Why she buy that sundress?
Right,
You see what I'm saying?
No, it's the Walmart moo-moo. Ain't no sundress. Got no 9 kids.
When your mama found Nair, and then why she do that? She could have cut them legs hairy, but nah. She said, "I'm gonna get them with this, some cocoa butter and smoothness." So it's the lady's fault. Y'all call up 512-836-2887.
You gonna run away?
Tell me if I'm wrong. It's always the lady's fault. Why did Adam why did he bite the apple?
Oh, because
the lady.
That's true.
Because he made an apple pie. Oh,
You ain't never heard a lady say, "Oh, I just couldn't resist him." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always, we got to step up. We got to ask for your number, or the kids doing nowadays. We got to ask for your IG.
My God.
It's you know,
That's
Wow.
crazy. But no, you're right. You had a very good question.
How close? We all seen the Hammer story, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Where
Yeah.
he was taking care of everybody, which I
Yes.
still don't wholly think was a negative thing until it starts playing on his demise.
Yeah.
And so I always wonder, like, how far out is your wealth supposed to go? And I get it about the being your brother's keeper, literally being your brother's keeper and all. But if it becomes where it's a detriment to yourself, and even if you see it ahead of time before everybody else sees it, are you allowed to cut that funnel off? I almost feel like, is it You do it like is it a lump sum?
Yep.
Is it stretched out over, a month? Or, hey, I'm going to put this towards it, or I'm going to put some constraints on it. You get $1 million from me, but you need to invest it in taking care of the kids, taking care of that.
I was just going to say investing it is that would be a smart thing.
Well, I want to give y'all an answer to that.
Come on with it.
Y'all can't do that.
No.
If you're going to give it to them, they do whatever they want with it.
You just give it, close your eyes.
That doesn't mean you got to give them more.
Right.
But you can't regulate. I mean, of course you can regulate, but you got to give it to them. Let them flow.
Yeah.
That's why you're giving it to them, right? You giving it to them for love. So why you gonna regulate love? Why you gonna regulate?
I like that. I like the idea of giving something away.
Let them do it. They asking for it. Or they gonna accept it. They think they know what to do with it.
Now, here's a question for you.
Why you asking for it?
Do you do it one time, or will you just continually do it?
This goes back to that Jay-Z conversation. Remember, he's a billionaire, and he didn't want to give his cousin $5,000.
Correct. That's where this is coming from.
I mean, you know your family, and you know yourself.
Yeah.
So you do what you want to do. In my case, I know I'm gonna set my sister up because she was with me. I remember one time, man, I came to my door and there was like a bag of bread and money was tight. And she didn't have to do that. She was like knocked on the door. You know how you ding dong ditch? Right. She did that. Like those are the people she ain't gonna never want for nothing. But nah, man, I'm just out here, man. I got 14 aunts and uncles. Nah, I can't give every cousin.
Man, listen,
I can't do that.
This is true. You cannot feed everybody.
No.
I think that there are certain situations that you can help.
Right.
Okay. And I think, and you were talking about, okay, if I drop a mill on you, and you just go out and start buying, Lamborghinis and taking folk out to eat and all that, you have to remember, because you have to remember, buying a Lamborghini is one thing. Maintaining a Lamborghini is a whole nother cost. Yes. Okay. You can buy a $500,000 house, but you still got to maintain that house, plus the insurance and everything else that comes with it.
Yes.
So I think at some point, if you really want to give your family that benefit, the best thing for you to do is show your family how to spend and how to invest so that it doesn't go away with the snap of a finger.
I like what y'all said, though. Y'all said give it to them with constraints. So to your point, Jabari, I feel like you and Symply Courtney are on to something. I'm going to give you this money, but you got to go to this community college and take this finance class.
I mean,
and you have to get a B or better.
Shaq said that. You can't, for his boys and ways, I know he said it's different for his girls. We said, if y'all have degrees, y'all in school, y'all are good. But the moment y'all graduate, you're off on your own.
Yep.
And I don't see it as wrong as having constraints on it. Also, dude, it's situational. You may have one of your siblings has no kids. You may have another sibling who has a bunch of kids. You may have one sibling that did for you, one sibling that didn't do for you. Older, younger, mentally unstable, sick, all of that. There's all these different things that come with it. And so I feel bad because sometimes we try to say everybody's going to get the same thing when everybody ain't equal. Everybody don't deserve it. Everybody don't deserve it.
I think we talked about that before. Special people get special privileges. Like there's levels to this.
Yep.
And if you ain't put in on it,
boy,
that's true.
You know what I mean?
You didn't put in on this, man.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Thank you very much. All right, good morning, caller.
Oh, they got mad. That was my cousin.
Probably.
Hey, man.
Yeah, we had to get that.
I can't. Not everybody.
Exactly.
I just always wondered, man, like, could you imagine you're like I don't know what the numbers are, but you're like the fourth nephew of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, right?
Okay,
Jordan.
yeah.
Is he supposed to have a Nike deal? Like if he plays basketball,
right?
Is he supposed to be Jordan down?
I can tell you this: when he applies to an international company like the largest shoe brand, he should get front loaded for a job,
right?
Like that's doing.
Okay.
Like those are some of the things I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Like if I got that money, if I was Hammer, then I go to Oakland, I open up, I buy a Burger King, I buy a bodega, and then I put my cousin in charge of it.
Okay.
Not necessarily as an operational manager. You can't take Skeeter and put him in front of
right. He ain't built like that.
You know what I mean? But he could be a silent partner, a silent owner. He could be like the person, the man on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, he can go out to public areas and hand out coupons. Hey, this is the Burger King I own over on Guadalupe. So come over to our spot. Like that's what he should do. And then you're helping him out.
Right.
And then it's something that we know, hey, everybody gonna be eating, right?
It's gonna be there forever.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think so. And again, I think the best thing to do is one thing we don't do is we don't invest. Here's what happens. We buy and you know me, I love my hip hop.
Yeah.
I've been loving it for since its inception. But one of the things I think we do is that we make other companies rich.
Yeah.
Because we talk about Mercedes, we talk about Balenciaga, and we talk about Birkins and all of that, and we throw all that money to all these companies, but we don't throw it back to ourselves. We don't invest it. And then we look up and we're encouraging other people to do the same. We're encouraging other people to spend on stuff that depreciates, not stuff that appreciates.
What's the Arnaud? What does he own again? It's like the big old companies. The Arnaud guy, he's like the French dude or whatever. I think he's like, is he Louis? And like, it's, I almost feel like it's clothing and it's alcohol as well involved.
Louis and Louis Vuitton and man, now you got me.
Okay, so anyways, I almost feel like I'm like, does he own part of Cadillac too?
It's possible.
Does he own part of like Church's Chicken and Popeyes and KFC and all that?
Yeah.
Because if we find that they own chicken, they might try to own us.
Man, you know what? I know they own me every once in a while when I go get me a 2-piece of the biscuit. They got me at least for about 15 minutes.
I'll be looking at his portfolio sometimes like, man, if they say this man owns chicken, I'm like, hey, what you trying to do? He own a steak and cooler. Hey, what you trying to do, brother? He owns those bed. Everybody has the what is it, that green and maroon bed sheet that everybody has. Not bed sheet, but the comforter everybody has in their house.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking with the diamond pattern on it.
Yeah.
How's it get in everybody's house?
Exactly. All right, let's take a break, fellas. This is the 88.7 FM KAZI. This is the morning grind. How you doing? Music of course, of D-Train, James D-Train Williams. A little later on tonight, be sure to join me for Jazz and Other Vibes. I'm going to be playing some music from Hubert Eves the Fourth. James, if you're familiar with D-Train from my old school, of course, it was James Williams, the vocalist, and Hubert Eves the Third, who was playing all the music. And his son, Hubert Eves the Fourth, has some really cool stuff out. I'm going to play that later on tonight. Him and saxophonist named Najee, who also played with Prince, of course, had his own career. So got you some smooth jazz and R&B from today and back in the day. Later on tonight from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. is Jazz and Other Vibes here on 88.7 KAZI. Don't forget you can get us online at kazifm.org. Also get the TuneIn app for all of your smart and not so smart devices. And catch us there as well.
Why are you making fun of people with the prepaid minute phones? Because that is not a smart device.
Bro,
why are you making fun of Cricket is their friend.
I ain't hating on Cricket at all, man. I'm just, you know what it is that we rely, and I realized this the other day when I was trying to find something that like downtown. I was headed to downtown, right? And I was trying to go somewhere that I probably have driven through, not the place per se, but just the road. And I put this thing on my phone, I Wazed it, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, wait a minute, I've driven through here. I've worked in this area. I should know this. And I felt like, okay, I'm leaning on this. I'm leaning on Waze and on my phone way too much. And yeah, so I think at some point our smart devites are dumbing us down a little bit. I probably shouldn't say that too loud because they listen.
The AI's coming for you now, homie.
Hey, you know what?
They know.
It won't. There's not enough AI to make this sexiness happen.
Jabari, I want to come back. I was hating on DJ Wiz earlier, but I'm gonna hate on you. You played that D-Train, didn't you?
Yeah,
you queued that up.
Yeah, that's mine.
Hey, everybody out there, go ahead and check on our old head. Because while that song was on, they was out there cutting it, and they was feeling good with themselves. Somebody send them a text, check on them, make sure they all right.
That's right.
I know.
Shout out to my old heads.
They ain't breathing, they holding.
That's what's up.
Getting their little bop on.
That's what's
up.
All
them old cat daddies with they linen shorts.
Man, the 80s and 90s
got they loafers on.
That's what's up.
Dress socks.
The pastel.
Exactly. Yeah. But we hate on the pastel.
We just passed Easter.
And the Jerry curl. Definitely the Jerry curl. Good morning, Carla. How you doing?
Good morning, Jabari. How are you, love?
Oh, yes, sir. Cue that air horn, son.
Wow.
L from RVA. How you doing, darling?
I'm doing well. So glad to hear you guys on the radio this morning. I'm just laughing because you're talking about the Jerry curls and the pastels and the socks where we, our penny loafers back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, some of us rocked that style. I mean, we were magazine cover clean, though.
Yep.
Some tells me you put quarters in your penny loafers. You was big dog. You was big money.
Big dog in it. Yeah.
I wish I could, but I had younger siblings that whenever I had a little change around the house,
Snatched.
Got it.
I'm part of that Tootsie Roll Bank era that you put your little money in your little Tootsie Roll Bank. I had siblings that used to go up in the Tootsie Roll Bank and think that I didn't know that they was helping themselves getting extra cookie money for school.
Hey, when'd you finally find out about that? Ugh.
I knew it from I'm good with my numbers. I'm that employee that if my check is wrong, there is a work stoppage.
She
Because
sound
you
like
want to explain that 39 cents that my check is short.
Yeah.
That's what's up right there.
snatched it.
Give me my money.
Keep them honest.
Right. And see, and I guess one day I have to sit down with my siblings and let them know that Tootsie Roll Bank was their bank. I put money aside in there for them because I knew they didn't have ways of getting money.
Aww.
Ooh wee. See,
Jeez,
that's
see
what's
that?
up. That's what's up. See, I need you as my sister right about now.
Oh.
You know, I enjoyed being a sister once I finally accepted.
Did you have a problem with the acceptance?
Yes, I did. I had been an only child for 7 years.
Good Lord.
Man,
Wow.
so you had the 7 years. See, my sister did 13 before I showed up. So I felt that when you were talking just now and leaving money for them, when you knew they had no way of getting income. That's the dope thing.
I bet, Symply Courtney, your sister and DL, y'all was acting out.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what was the stories? How'd you act out when you finally got a sibling?
Oh, well, and see, the thing is, I asked my parents for a dog. I wanted a puppy because everybody else had a puppy. I wanted a puppy. So they bring home a crying child, a noise maker. I mean, he did not shut up.
God, that's me.
Sound like
And when you are an only child and you use the quietness,
Yeah.
you ain't having that. So I decided, you want me to bond with my new brother? I don't like him. So I threw him in the trash. Take him back.
Be like that. That's real.
Right. I bet old Mom Dukes
Sounds
came
honest.
walking in. Where the baby at? Where the baby? Oh, my God.
Wow.
I hear something.
Wow.
Hey, that's the mama fault for leaving the kid all alone. Am I right? That's the
It
mama.
is.
That ain't your problem.
When a child tells you they don't like something, you gotta listen.
That's real. That is 100% real. No lies
Hey,
detected.
as parents, that's what we do, right? Hey, watch your brother for a second. Watch your brother. Don't let him. But you can't do that. You can't do that.
They'll do that.
They're gonna get to.
I
They're gonna
didn't
learn to
have
love each other.
Yeah, eventually.
DL, we asked the question
Yo.
earlier about money. And if you have to distribute it amongst siblings and cousins and what you doing with your money? I'm gonna go and bless you with $50 million right now. What you gonna do with it?
Oh, let's see. 2 of my siblings are straight. They ain't got to worry about nothing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The other siblings,
Ooh.
I don't know them.
Wait a minute.
Ooh.
I don't know them. The cousins, and there's certain cousins again that would be straight, and there's certain ones I don't know them because again, when you come into money like that, the first thing you got to do is don't lose your mind behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
Think about those that have been there for you. Think about who are in your top 5 or top 10 calls that you get.
I like that.
Now, I have family members I don't hear from.
Yep.
I hear from family members when there's a funeral, a wedding, or GoFundMe. I ain't contributed to none of those because that's not my issue or my problem. You should have prepared properly.
Hey, DL,
Not doing it.
let me ask you a question. It's Dapper D. Let me ask you a question. If I'm sending you reels, that counts, right? That's as good as a text message. That means I'm thinking about you and I want to share this with you. So if I'm sending you reels, does that count?
Am I getting a hello every once in a while?
That's a good question.
I don't know about the hello, but I'm not. I'm thinking about you when I see this reel.
No, not necessarily. You could be just bored, or you could be just trying to win something. You send so many reels out, you get this. No,
That's
I'm
what I
not.
think.
No.
See, she thinking how I think. I think like that too.
We all are
Right,
learning
I'm-
something right now.
I'm not trying to make you a social media influencer. No, that's not. No.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just a hello would be nice, right?
Yeah.
Right, Dio? A hello or a hey, how you doing? Or hey, I seen
Right.
this. I thought about you. Or how you been? How's your mom? Just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
You right about
Right.
that.
Right.
I'm rolling my eyes while you talking because I got a few people on that list right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got about 2 more of these reels you can send to me before I'm gonna be like, hey, are you a real person, pun intended, or are you a robot? Because I need to know who you really are.
The AI done took over their phone.
They ain't got hacked.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, DL. We got to ask you one other little question that we were kind of going through here. Do special people in our lives actually should they consume our headspace when it comes to familial drama, or do we gotta let some family? We gotta keep them at arm's length because that blood sometimes we hold on a little too much and we let it affect us. What are your thoughts?
Oh, you asking the wrong one because my cutoff gave me. Wait.
Hey,
My cutoff game.
it ain't nothing like that.
I'm so sorry. My piece is more important than their drama. So if you're creating any type of drama, you think that I am your dumping ground, that you want to put all that on me on, oh, I will cut you off. That's why I said my siblings and cousins and all like that. Oh,
No, yeah, and I knew that answer was coming. I knew that answer was coming.
Me personally, I thought you were about to ask about Freaknik, so my fault.
Oh. Well, she from Virginia.
So did they get to go to Freaknik in Virginia?
No, but they have Virginia Beach.
So they didn't come down here for
things,
that. They
had
south?
some events over in Virginia Beach, and she's from Virginia, so they had Howard Homecoming.
Dang.
Yeah. So
Oh,
she's
yeah.
she's
that's
of
all
that.
there.
She's of that era.
So
and
Florida
that
wasn't the
location.
thing for them.
Nah,
Atlanta wasn't
she
the
could
thing
go
either.
to she can go to Howard Homecoming. I mean, it's still spring break, and those
Yeah.
are two different times.
Right.
But yeah, the event.
Did you
during-
Did you ever go to Atlanta? Cause see, I wasn't old enough to go. DL, did you ever go to like Atlanta's Freaknik and stuff? Cause I'm listening right now as a kid, and I'm just like enjoying y'all talking about something that sounded so dope.
Nah, she must have lived in Virginia her whole
no,
life.
no, I did not go to Atlanta. I went to D.C. I hung out with the D.C. and the Go-Go crew.
Ooh, yeah,
Hey, I know about
that's
Go-Go.
nice. That ain't
Chuck
bad.
Brown.
Got some mambo
We're gonna
sauce.
put it in the water.
Had what's the bongos and stuff?
Yeah.
I know about
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And I got to hang out with some really great groups. Actually featured in one of the songs. Couldn't make the video because I had class when they made the video for the song.
Dang.
Oh.
But whenever this group comes to Richmond or whenever I can catch them, I go show love. I was able to take my daughter to go see them one year, and she thought that when I told her the story that, hey, I'm actually named in the song, she thought, parents over exaggerate. But when I got called out in the crowd, and I'm in the crowd, didn't even let them know I was there, she's like, yo, mommy. I said, don't worry, baby. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to, get out here and show you that I can still make it go.
Let's go.
What?
Yeah.
Hold back
That
for
is
you.
cool.
Girl. Now hold back for you.
I want to know the song because I'm gonna look it up. I want to check that out.
Yeah, what is the song, deal?
Is this a family show?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
What is this
okay.
song?
You
Oh
probably
my-
should, you just text me.
Yeah,
and send it on
yeah,
iTunes.
yeah. I have to tell us the name of the-
Yeah.
Taylor's
There
name
we
of
go. There you go. You got it.
Are you
What?
joking?
EU.
The butt,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Did I was gonna joke and say that.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
okay.
Y'all know I got to run that.
All right.
I gotta run
Sir,
that.
sir, you have no other responsibility other than to play that song for
I'm
me.
gonna run it. I'm gonna run it.
my
I'm
DL,
gonna run it.
you're
I'm gonna
also
run it.
from Richmond, and D'Angelo is from Richmond.
Oh, nice.
It sounds like
Yes,
you got
yes.
6 degrees of separation with a bunch of. I gotta ask, did you know D'Angelo?
I know D'Angelo. I know
Yo.
his cousin.
What?
Church. D'Angelo's a church boy, y'all.
Yeah, he
I'm a
is.
Church kid, so
See?
Yeah, he's church kid.
See?
church boy.
Yeah, he's a
DL.
church kid.
Right.
DL, you famous.
So when D'Angelo comes home and comes through, he better go get on those keys and he better get up there in that choir and sing because he ain't just gonna come on.
I know that's right. I'm coming to work.
He done came on in with his shades on, higher than a Georgia pine, and but you better sing.
I'm ready for the brother to drop some new music, though, man. I'm telling you now. That Voodoo album,
Yeah.
so dope.
Yeah.
And the Vanguard album was. I'm waiting on some new D'Angelo,
Yeah.
some new D'Angelo, and some new Sade. It'd be nice to have that this year. It really
Could
would.
happen.
I saw Sade, and it was in your hometown. I saw y'all got this place called the Diamond. Not the Diamond. Sorry, it's on South Side. It was on South Side. It was an outdoor theater. But I saw her when Love Deluxe came out.
Okay.
And I saw Sade live in your town, DL, in Richmond, Virginia. So
Yes,
it was great.
so, and a lot of people think just because they are big name artists that when they come home that, we go starstruck over them. But when they're around their families, especially their mamas, they better humble down. Because mama don't care nothing about that.
I'm gonna have you on the block. Have you on the block. We'll see Jay-Z and Beyonce on the block doing regular stuff, drinking quarter waters in the Bronx.
What?
In Brooklyn? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's got to be one of those things, I think, where you really got to humble yourself, especially being around family. I'm sure it's nice to see them, but ain't no reason to put on no airs.
This was cool.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
learned
it's
some
real
stuff.
DL, you always leave us with little nuggets.
I'm starstruck.
Like I tell people, if you stay humble, doors will open up for you, windows will open up for you. And I seem like in my life that even rooftops have come off just to make a way to let me in. So
Preach.
Amen.
That's what I'm talking about. Good to hear from you, DL. Thank you for calling in, Mom.
you too. I listen to you tonight, babe.
All right, sounds good. All right,
All
peace.
right, later, guys.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
That's
I
really
mean,
cool.
what-
That's
what-
real
what
cool.
we doing?
All right, so we got to do it.
I'm trying to figure out which name is hers.
rock
gotta
it
do
out.
it.
Rock it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I said that fine, that fine.
Go ahead.
That big old butt. Ow!
There it is.
See, look at you.
Everybody
Look
waiting
at
for
you.
the owl. You hit it though. You did it. You hit the owl.
Don't forget the owl.
That's all
Don't you
we
forget
care
the owl.
about.
You good. Don't you forget the owl. You good. All right, here we go, y'all. What?
Hey.
Let's go. 88.7 KAZI. 0.7 FM KAZI. Yes. Doing the butt. Ding, 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 ding. Man, that was the cut.
I'm telling you.
That was the cut.
I'm proud.
It really was.
DMV.
Yeah, that was the cut.
And for our local people, that's that DC sound, Washington DC. I know we all know Kevin Durant was from Washington DC. If y'all didn't know, I know we love him around these parts that he came here to UT to play ball, but he's a DC dude.
Yeah, he is.
So
He's dangerous too, boy.
Sniper.
Yeah, big time.
Slim Reaper.
Yes, no, yeah.
That's such a cool
Slim
name.
Reaper, yeah,
That
that's
fits
crazy.
him so perfect.
That's crazy. Good morning, caller. How you doing? You on the air?
Good morning. I am Lisa B. Thompson. I was calling to have a quick chat with you about my new play opening in Austin.
Okay, cool. Well, I tell you what. Can you call me back and we can give me the name of your play. We'll do that.
The Black Feminist Guide to the Human Body.
Nice. And where you gonna be at?
At the Vortex. It opens on April 12th and runs till May 4th.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, you gotta. Tell you what. Call us back. I want you to call. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to call back a little later on in the office number. And let's talk about some sponsorship, okay? Let me do
I
that.
think we already have, the package has already been done.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Okay.
I was told to call right now. We had an interview set up. But
Oh, really?
I will
Okay,
Call
but
me
see-
back. Yeah.
Okay, no.
Yeah,
Hold
get me back.
up. No.
Yes.
Stick around. Stick around. I tell you what. Let me put you on hold. Let me take care of some business. Don't you go nowhere, right?
All right.
All right, cool.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. All right. See, sometimes here's the thing. I've been in radio a long time, and one thing I do know about radio is that sometimes there's no communication in the communication business.
Yeah.
But Courtney's in the building. Dab Dub is also in the building. What's up,
Yes.
fellas? All right. So let's break it down for just a second. We're going to talk to a guest. We got a guest on the phone with us. She is a playwright and also a professor at the University of Texas. Welcoming Lisa B. Thompson to the show. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. I didn't know I was on the phone with on the line with royalty, sir.
Oh no!
Hey.
What royalty? Ain't no royalty in here. What are you talking about?
No. Let me speak on it for a minute because I have been the associate director of the Warfield Center that your father established.
Wow.
So I am just it's a little in my feelings right now.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I really do.
Man.
I'm very blessed and favored to to be John Warfield's son. It's been a blessing and continues to be a blessing. His contributions to this community, my mother's contributions as well.
Yeah.
It's something it's something I've always admired. I don't know if I could ever live up to it. I had to do my own thing because like my dad read thousands of books. he really did, right? Yeah. People talk about this Cat Williams interview where Cat said he read 1,000 books a week or something like that. My dad really read a whole lot of books, and he was very well admired. And even people that I see, like if I've run into people at a party or a gathering, and they'll say, "Man, I took your dad's class, and it was just fantastic." And that to me it's a beautiful thing. And he started some crazy reason he decided to start a radio station. Who decides to start a radio station? And you ain't got radio station money. You know what I mean? But,
beautiful, a visionary, a leader,
indeed.
Very much so. Very much so. Well, thank you so much. And how are you today?
I am feeling blessed and highly favored, and hoping to be savored as well.
To that. Very
and
cool.
Just happy to be in conversation with my beloved KAZI. But yes, I look forward to meeting you in person at some point soon.
Oh, most definitely, yes, definitely.
It's funny. We were just talking about having some connections with Jabari and the Warfield Center before we came on air. And so having this opportunity to talk with you today, it's just a reminder. He's gonna drop a few emails today. We're gonna do some coordination. He's on the hook.
I always got to be on the hook. You see what I got to put up with, right? I'm always on the hook for something.
To whom much is given,
much is required.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. And I feel the same way. Yes. Go ahead. Please.
For those who don't know, Lisa B. Thompson is an award-winning artist, scholar, whose creative and scholarly work has received support from several institutions, including the American Council of Learned Societies, McDowell, Hedgebrook, Malay Arts, National Performance Network, Center for the Study of Race and Democracy, Clayman Institute for Gender Research, the Fusebach International Festival, Texas Performing Arts, and the W.B. Du Bois Research Institute at the Hutchins Center. She co-hosts she co-hosts and co-produces Black Austin Matters, a podcast and radio segment on KUT, Austin's NPR station. I'm telling you, you said that that you were with royalty. I mean, just you have done so much. It would take me 5 minutes because I want to tell everybody so much about what you do. Jabari, if you'll let me just get one more little tidbit so everyone knows who we're working with here.
All right.
So, again, Lisa B. Thompson, she crafts satirical comedies, poignant dramas, and insightful criticism that explodes stereotypes about black life in the U.S., particularly the experiences of the black middle class. Her publications include Beyond the Black Lady, Sexuality, and New African-American Middle Class, Single Black Female, Underground Monroe, and the Monologues. 3 plays, as well as articles in Theater Journal, Journal of American Drama, Theater Survey, NPR, Criterion Collection, Clutch, The Huffington Post, and The Washington Post. Her plays, I just want our listeners to know, because I want to make sure y'all all get this. This will be the last thing.
Yeah, go ahead, because we got to interview her too. You know that, right?
Her plays have been produced off Broadway throughout the U.S. and internationally by Crossroads Theater, Rhinoceros, The Vortex. Okay, y'all see what we working with here.
Yeah, you have been busy.
Well, I come from folks that didn't have a chance to let their gifts be honored in this society. So I hit the ground running when I came. I was the 4th child of my parents. They have 4 kids in 14 years. I was an oh my God child. They're like, oh my God, no. we were done. So I made sure that their oh my God ended up being oh my God, she's a blessing, and I did my best to make them proud. So yes, I've done a lot, but I feel I still have a lot more I want to do. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Awesome. So tell us about this play that you have coming up at the Vortex.
Well, the Black Feminist Guide to the Human Body is my love letter to black women, to black girls, about what it means to live and age in a black woman's body in this society. And it's also a way for me to talk about how aging is not, we talk about it so badly. And there's a lot of good things about aging. It's like you marinate the food, it tastes so much better.
Yes.
So I am here also to rejoice that, and also to talk about what it means for us to die prematurely. And there's so many black, it's called the Black Feminist Guide mostly because the main character is a black feminist scholar, and I am myself, and I watched my mentors pass away, many of them prematurely, and I'm now at the age where I've outlived the women that basically changed black studies, changed black literature, the women that helped make Toni Morrison who she was, without black critics writing about her work.
Right.
So I want to pay homage to those women. And it's also, if I'm going to do a play, it's also going to be a little bit of a good time as well. So I wrote some songs with Guthrie P. Ramsey, who is a scholar artist himself. He used to be at Penn. And we wrote 3 songs that were part of the show. And we have an amazing movement director, Sade M. Jones, who returns from Duke. She used to be here in Austin, came back to do this show, to direct and perform in it. Also have Nadine Luzon, she's at Texas State, who is starring in the show. And Haley Armstrong makes up the third person of the ensemble. And the characters are Dr. Beatrice Free, otherwise known as B. Free,
Nice.
and C, and D, her alter egos, other parts of herself. So I'm excited about folks coming out next Friday to see this show.
Sounds good. Now, let me ask you, what do you think it means to age in what it means to what was your inspiration for talking about this? Was it personal? Was it something you saw, or was it both?
I think it's both. Personal is that I'm on the journey and thinking about what it means, and also thinking about my responsibility as becoming an elder. I'm not quite calling myself that yet, but in that journey, to let people who are coming behind me know the how to navigate the road, but also there's a beautiful road. It's not all about, oh my goodness, because people always say to you, you look good for your age. It's like, that's actually insulting. Can you imagine someone say, you look good for a black person? I mean, you're assuming that the aging is horrible.
Yeah.
The alternative to aging is definitely really not the best. So the alternative to aging is not being here at all.
Right.
So that's part of it too.
Not aging at all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, black don't crack, beige don't age. So there it is.
Oh my goodness! Yes. But
awesome.
also that I wanted to talk about what it means to also be dealt with, how black folks have to deal with the medical industrial complex and how they treat us, and how so our aging is different because we do pass away earlier because of how we're dealt with, right? And the stresses that we kind of encounter. So that's important to me. But not to make it into an essay, but it's make it into an art form so we can all be like, hey, that's true, without being bored.
Exactly. Now let me ask you, because my co-host, one of my co-hosts and I think we got into a conversation, Dap, and you may remember this. We were talking about not only our aging, but I think also what we consume.
Yeah.
What we eat and what we don't eat. That's, I think, at some point plays its part because historically we've had to. We've had the when we were fed certain things back in the day, we were fed the parts. We didn't get the steak, we got the tail and all of this other stuff.
Yeah.
So at some point, I think generationally that became part of who we were. But is it time for us to maybe let go of some of those traditions and just kind of say, okay, this is what we need to do. This is what we need to consume, and this is what we don't need to consume. And not only food, just material, things we see, things we listen to, things we watch, especially now that everybody's got a phone.
Absolutely, I totally agree. I'm glad you broadened it beyond the food because the intake is very important. What we're taking in. But mind, body, and spirit, right? And so, yes, what we're putting in our bodies. Again, some of us are, I live in the north, still living in Northeast Austin. I can't walk to a place to get healthy food from where I live. So that's part of it too. Where we're located. So I also want to be like, give black folks grace, because often it's like, well, y'all just not doing right, and it's like, well, given what we've been through And we're continuing to face the fact that we are here and the center of the culture internationally being exported as well says a lot about us. But yes, we can refuse to be consumed by what's on social media because that's not feeding our spirits. Not be consumed by the drama in the news, but also not allow ourselves to imbibe things that are not good for us. But I understand why people are doing that. So what's the alternative? I love this system that has started the NAP ministry, which is about black folks resting, because you can't have a revolution if you're exhausted.
Amen.
You can't plan, you can't think, you can't strategize if you're exhausted and you're not being replenished. So how much we can just move back from being super engaged in all this stuff. And I find myself, even meditation and yoga has really shifted so much for me, and I definitely believe that. But I also think I'm able to do that because I have a more privileged life. So again, if we start having free yoga in the parks, that would be nice for folks to get access to it, because everybody needs it. So the idea that people have the least amount should find ways to fight back against systemic racism and sexism and all the other isms is a little bit much. But I definitely know we can do our part to hold but we also got to hold the communities we're in accountable to us, and it's a tough thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I wanted to talk about one of the goals I believe you had with your choreo poem is about black women embracing the soft life. Could you expand on that, the soft life?
Yes, I'm a single mom of like I say, a beautiful genius, and it's a lot, and what it means to be. I try to do. You heard my CV, my bio. It's a lot, and trying to do everything. But sometimes you need to stop and pause, and that's been a new chapter. I want to pass it to other folks too. Sometimes I look at my CV and I'm a little bit repulsed, honestly, because it's like, how much has that taken from me to get to do all this stuff? So how do we both pursue our passions, but also not getting caught up in the grind and machine of society that makes you feel like you've got to do all the stuff in order to get, in many ways, to safety as black people. I mean, that was my grind. You didn't get tenured or get promoted to full professor, all these things, but at what cost? So more softness, more, it's okay. Big Mama doesn't have to cook an 18-course meal for Thanksgiving. How do we let go? Well, maintain some of those traditions, but not the ones. I mean, I started doing that for my family, and I had no idea how physically taxing that was for my mother, my grandmother, and so how do we make somebody, because we see that as authentic blackness, authentic black life, and that's part of it. But do we have to do it the same way? It's like changing the food itself, changing how it's all done, and getting more the men folk in the family in the kitchen too. And a lot of them do burn and make great food, but just changing our traditions so black women are just chilling more. Black women at rest. We don't see enough of that. It's always, she got her hustle on, she's getting it and making it happen. They sleep, we grind. No, we sleep. We nap. We rest. We're having tea. We're meditating, and more of that, and not in some kind of superficial way, but because we want to sustain our community, not because we don't want to withdraw our care. We want to make sure our care, we're being examples of how to have a community that is healthy and thriving in more ways than our CVs and our resumes and how much money we have in our nice cars. But it's like, how rested are we? Because we can be better parents when we're rested. We can be better partners to each other when we're rested. We can be better to ourselves when we're rested and calm, and also talking through things that are bothering us as a community. There's a lot we need to work through, a lot of pain that we're not willing to do. And I would really love to see, because this doesn't deal with romantic relationships at all on the show, because I wanted to step away from that because I wrote about that, black female. I wanted to really think about you can't be a good partner to somebody if you're not a good partner to yourself. Mm-hmm. And our community really needs that. And I really love one of my other places called Underground. It's a two-man show, two brothers talking in a room, and it's a really suspenseful thriller. And people say to me, "Wow, you really wrote about these brothers, like you are a black man." And I'm like, "Yes, because I love black men, and a true black feminist loves black men and boys." Right. And I think the discourse about black men and boys is not about loving them in the way that I do and cherish. And people say, but that's how men are. I'm like, so you talking about my father, my uncles, my brothers, my sons? No, you don't know them, so don't do that. Are they? Yeah. So it's just more about that. But I just feel like some of my male friends came. There was a reading of the show in San Francisco in February, and one of my good friends came, and he after it was over, he said, I want to tell people this is not just for black women and girls. This is for black men who love black women and girls, and there's plenty of us that want to hear this too. And that made me feel really good, and that he was comfortable to be there, and uncomfortable to tell me that too. So I want to make sure people know that too. This is not anything about. It make a lot of black men that were there brought to tears and said, I got to bring my mother when the show opens in San Francisco in September. I got to bring my mother. I got to bring my aunt. I got to bring my sister. I got to bring my wife, and that made me really happy. So yeah, I should say written for these women, but realizing those that love them also be happy and bolstered by it.
Exactly.
For those who don't know, we're talking to Lisa B. Thompson. She has her world premiere choreo poem coming up. That's going to be April 12th through May 4th. I have excuse me. I have two things that I want to ask if Jabari will let me get them both in. So the first one, man, I'm just respectfully, I just don't want to hog too much of you.
I got you.
So what about some of? I mean, it's 2024, and a lot of men have. You started by saying opportunities, and I've always stated that there are a lot of black men that had opportunities that their fathers and grandfathers didn't have, and they may have fallen in love with someone who is not black, but being the black male head of their household, they may have a Mexicana, or they may have a white lady as a wife, and those ladies are trying to bring those kids up with the nurturing and with that African American heritage and cultural norms. So I was going to say, I think they should come out and they should feel a part to understand this, so they can understand some of the pressures, because they around the black aunt, the black grandma, and there's pressure on them to keep those cultural norms, to throw down that 18 piece for Thanksgiving, and they're bringing little babies that are coming into this world. And I'm never a fan of this, but when people look at them, unfortunately, they gonna call them black, although they half and half, and I don't think we should be doing that. But anyway, so do you agree that, because I want everyone to feel interested to come out, and because I want this place packed for your choreo poem.
Absolutely, and not to flex, but my shows tend to sell out around here.
Oh well, hey, let's do it.
Talk that talk.
Hey.
And then
because absolutely. I mean, yes. I have nieces who are half. I hate to call it half, but their mothers are Asian. My nephew's children are also have Filipino, have Chinese. So that is my family as well. Being from California is very much a lot of blends. I have another niece who her partner is white. So those once you're in the family, you got to come see the family stories. Yes, so they should feel welcome. And also some of my colleagues, they're definitely coming with their partners and who are not African American, and that's understanding what. And I agree with you that one drop rule comes out of slavery, right?
Yes.
So the idea of work, So I love the fact that that being Californian, kind of a lot of my sensibility about this, definitely biracial. That was just part of my whole world, and I think that the folks who are either raising children but also biracial folks coming to see the show, it's for everybody, because if you have colleagues that are black women, you need to come see the show.
Yes.
Right? It's beyond that. So because it's just like we watch Shakespeare or other stories and narratives and don't feel like, well, it's not for me. I shouldn't be going to see whatever it is. So that's the invitation, and it's okay not to be centered and go see a show. I see things that are about folks, different communities. I want to learn more about Palestine, learn more about what's going on in other parts of the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you, not the center of it, but you need to be there, and so you can be a better ally if you know more about their experience.
It gives you awareness and allows you to have perspective. I agree.
Yes.
And that second part was, we want everybody to come, but did I hear that this is going to culminate into an audience dance party?
A little bit.
Oh, hey.
Got a little second line.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so give folks. We want to end with rejoicing. There's so
Yes.
much about. I think a lot of people don't want to do black stuff because, like, oh God, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be depressing and we've been buked and we've been scorned. Yes, we have. We also created hip hop and jazz.
Speak on it.
Country music.
Yes, country music. Oh, where did that come from? Yeah.
Hey, the thing about it, people don't understand. I'm like, I was a 16-year-old wearing cowboy boots in San Francisco in the 70s.
Hey.
So I'm like, my folks are from Louisiana. My dad's from Lake Charles. My dad's from Lake Charles. My mom's from Monroe, and they met in the Bay Area, part of the migration.
Wow.
Black culture is everywhere, and we've been doing Juneteenth since I've never known not doing Juneteenth. I'm 59 next month. So Juneteenth's been in California my whole life. So it's not like we're trying to jump on it in the last 10 years. I'm like, wait a minute now, y'all.
Yeah.
You know, we're all black folks. Anyway, I'm on a tangent. So sorry.
No.
But yes, black folks of all kinds, and whoever wants to feel comfortable getting up out their seat at the end of the show, we have a little moment for that. So I haven't been to rehearsal lately, so I'm not sure how that's going to play out. But I just wanted to make sure people just standing up in your seat, standing up at your seat, just having that feeling of rejoicing about black life.
That's exciting.
We're alive right now. Let's be in that. That's important to me.
If you're gonna end on a high like that for us, how you gonna get us up out of there? Because how you gonna stop the music? We gonna be saying encore, encore. If we yell encore, you got to keep the music playing, right?
Exactly.
Okay then. All right. See, we're gonna be encore to the 14th power.
I love it.
Yeah, that's gonna be hot. That's gonna be hot. Give us the location and dates one more time.
The Black Feminist Guide to the Human Body will be at the Vortex starting April 12th until May 4th. Most nights, I guess, it's 8 p.m. And the Vortex is on Manor Road. And what else? And also there's Sunday shows, so you can come after church with your group.
Okay.
And you should actually contact the box office to do a group rate, actually. So I think that's definitely possible. Ask for Alex.
And there's going to be ASL.
Yes.
Sorry, there's going to be ASL interpretation on April 20th. So,
yes,
hey,
absolutely.
We want everybody. We want everybody the opportunity to come. This is. I'm excited.
Yes. Yay! Toast Pro. Yes, everybody's welcome. And also, I'm going to be doing a talk back that night with Torch Literary, Amanda Johnson. So. On the 20th as well. So we want to make sure the ASL folks get a little extra, little love offering on that night. Yeah.
Oh, they will.
Nice. Very nice. Well, Lisa B. Thompson, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you coming through.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I love my KAZI family.
Oh, we love you too, sister. We appreciate you.
All right. Take care.
You too.
Bye.
All right. More. That is Beyonce, who is just killing. Yeah, right.
Do I sound like an Oklahoma radio station who refused to play it?
Who refused to play it? Yes, you do exactly.
That did not look good.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Nice move, sir.
I just want her to run. You gave me the look. You're like, hey man,
Yeah.
I want her to just run on stage and go, I'm gonna let y'all finish.
Exactly.
But I had the best country music album of all time.
That's something straight out of Ye's mouth, I'm telling you. Now, here's the thing. I got to go on a rant for just a little bit before we close out.
Do it.
First of all, I grew up playing hip hop. I grew up on hip hop. I am blessed to be one of the first DJs to play hip hop on this radio station.
Hey.
Okay? And I say that because it's a blessing, because out of all the people in the world, all the people that have been through this station, I was one of the first to do it in perpetuity. Not the only one, but one of the first. Mm-hmm. So I know the creativity we have, right? Because hip hop was creativity, born out of jazz and blues, and even rock beats.
Yeah,
it's born out of all that in party music. But we cannot limit ourselves. All right, I got no problem with Drake and 21 Savage. I got no problem with Lotto. I got no problem with Ice Spice. I got no problem with loving any of those artists. But we cannot limit ourselves to that. And here's the reason why. Beyonce was at the iHeartRadio Awards, and she mentioned Rosetta Tharpe, who was a black woman who used distortion in her guitar to make it sound harder.
Yeah.
And everybody from Elvis Presley to Eric Clapton started basically copying her style. She also mentioned Linda Martell, who was a black woman who who was number 40 on the Billboard Top Country charts in 1970.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Pointer Sisters, 1974. They won a Grammy for Best Country Performance by a duo or group with a song called Fairy Tale. And then they also had this song that reached number 2 on the charts, and also a song called Slow Hand, which was written by a country artist named Conway Twitty. That reached number 2 on the charts.
I know about Conway.
You know the deal, right?
Yep.
All right. So Pointer Sisters, 4 black women, 4 sisters, were kicking on the country charts back in the 70s.
Yep.
Let's talk about Charlie Pride, who is one of the most famous and most successful black artists doing country music.
Yep.
3 American Music Awards, 4 Grammy Awards, a Lifetime Achievement Award, 8 number 1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100 country charts, and also part owner of the Texas Rangers.
Did not know that part.
Yes, sir. The more you know. Ding.
Go get him, Charlie.
Bam.
Okay. All right. Charlie Pride did country music, and who can forget Darius Rucker, Hootie and Blowfish.
Yep.
All right. Been killing the game as far as country music. So when people hear Beyonce doing this, black folks and white folks, black folks saying, why is she doing country music? White folks are saying she doesn't belong. We've been on that. Dave Chappelle said it on Saturday Night Live as the greatest quote in the world. We've been on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where y'all been? Y'all late.
Yeah.
Do your history. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Our creativity as black people spans decades.
Yeah.
Decades. So, do what you want, but don't forget who you are. Don't forget where you came from. All right. And that's it. And I'm spent.
Nah,
I'm
bro.
tired. I need some coffee now.
Just because you just found out about something, that's a reflection on you.
Yep.
Instead of Googling some other things that you could be doing, why don't you dive in? I would love for people to go back and find out. Betty Boop is based off of a
Black
real
girl.
person.
Yeah.
And that real person, the texture of her hair, go back and look at it, Google it, and then you'll see, oh, wait a minute,
It's a real person.
Betty Boop.
Yep.
Now I got whitewashed, but yeah, that's hey, we can go down a hole here. we can go down a hole here. But man, what I like is back in 2016, maybe 17, Beyonce did another song, Daddy's Lessons, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
And that was legit. And this album, man, I know somebody that's listened to this thing 3 times already. And then somebody sent me a song that she did with Post Malone, and I'm calling myself Levi. That's all I'm gonna say. I called myself Levi after that because of my lady and what that song is about. And yeah, y'all can call me Levi after that. And if I'm not gonna say any more, because I want y'all to go download, get that lady the downloads and the views, and go find this music. Everybody's talking about it, so you might as well give it a try. You might as well.
Exactly. All right, fellas. Last thoughts for the morning. Anything you want to throw out there?
I feel bad because I know what Beyonce was doing, and the first thing I thought or I hoped was that she did a song with Steve Martin because he plays the banjo. But I know, but I'm not going to complain because I know she used an African American female banjo player.
Right.
But that's the only one that I'm not saying we can't do a remix or something, but because Steve Martin is one of the world's best banjo players, the world. And that's the only other one. Now, he may not have wanted to do it. Maybe,
or maybe he wasn't available to do it.
Or that.
Because she cut some of those tracks. Some of those tracks, I think, like years ago.
Oh, I know, and I bet this was all in secrecy.
Oh, sure.
For people, because you wanted to keep this under wraps. So she's probably flying people into this airport and then car service to get you over. But she was able to pull it off. But I would love to see the making of all this because I'm sure it was all in secrecy.
Most definitely.
Cool.
So excited.
Most definitely. Simply Courtney.
Man, I don't have too much to talk about. I'm just, doing my thing, still performing. If you guys want to see what I'm up to, check me out on Instagram at I am Simply Courtney, IAMSYMPLY COURTNEY. That was a lot, so just look me up on 88.7. I don't think they follow me, and it's okay, but we'll be in a picture at some point.
Exactly.
No hurt feelings.
Yeah, no pressure.
I think they do follow you.
I'm sure they do.
I know,
Most
I'm
definitely.
being a jerk.
Oh,
Most
okay.
definitely. All right, so a couple things before we get out of here. First of all, be sure to check me out later on tonight. We're bringing you jazz and other vibes. It's jazz and R&B from today and back in the day. Also, sending a shout out to all the friends and family of my boy Harry Marshall, a.k.a. DJ Thriller, who we recently lost. Harry and I go way, way back, man, to back in the days of hanging out on East Riverside Drive and hanging out here at 88.7 KZI. So shout out to him, shout out to his family, shout out to all the LBJ folks. And it's definitely a shocking loss, and we keep his family in prayer right now, because that's definitely a real big loss for the community. It's 88.7 FM KAZ.